What's up guys, back with another video, and today's video is the recap of Apple's media event that just took place. Tim Cook took the stage after a pretty awesome opening video that Apple created just about their morals and values that they have as a company. Then he went on to state that Apple sold 9 million Apple iPhone 5s and 5Cs. He also stated that 64% of iOS devices are now running iOS 7, making iOS 7 the biggest mobile upgrade in history. Next up, they talked about OS X Mavericks. There is now a tremendous boost in graphics in the GPU and CPU in general. There's now OpenCL as well as notifications straight in Safari, as well as the new Maps and iBooks apps. And Apple then shocked everybody by stating that OS X Mavericks is going to be a free download for everybody, even if you have a 2007 Mac. Next up was the Retina MacBook Pros. Apple announced a new thinner and lighter 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro. It is 0.71 inches thin and ships with the new Intel Haswell 4th generation dual-core processor with the new PCI-based flash, 802.11c, and 60% faster graphics. They also now receive a Thunderbolt 2 port as well. With the new Intel Haswell processors, we're now going to get 9 hours of battery life. Apple lowered the cost of the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro to $1299, and these new MacBook Pros start shipping today. Next, Apple talked a little bit about the 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro. The new 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro now comes with a Crystal Well processor, as well as the Iris Pro, which is a quad-core processor with a GeForce GT 750M, with 2 gigs of dedicated memory for the GPU, with 8 gigs of internal memory for the system itself, and 8 hours of battery life. Apple also lowered the 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro to $1999. Next up, Apple talked a little bit about the MacPro. It does have USB 3.0 as well as a dual AMD workstation with flash storage. The new MacPro is going to be fully assembled in the United States. It's going to cost $2,999 and it's going to ship before the end of the year. Next, Eddie Q took the stage to talk about apps. He talked about iLife as well as iWork. He went on to show off a couple features, including the new drummer feature for GarageBand, which looks pretty awesome. iWork has been completely redesigned. Also went on to show a very awesome feature called Collaboration. Eddie also went on to state that the new iLife and iWork apps are going to be available for free with the purchase of a new Mac or iOS device. Next up, Tim Cook took the stage and started talking about the iPad. He said that just this month they have sold 170 million iPads. He then went on to state that 81% of tablet usage belongs to the Apple iPad. He also stated that the App Store is the only app store to have 475,000 dedicated tablet apps. He then went on to show a video of different people in different kinds of work environments and different kind of scenarios using the iPad. Next up, Phil Schiller came back on the stage and shocked us once again with the announcement of not the iPad 5, but the iPad Air. With a 9.7-inch Retina display and a 43% thinner bezel, being 20% lighter, measuring in at 7.5 millimeters, and only weighing 1 pound. Which is now going to be the lightest tablet in the world. It's going to come with the A7 chip as well as a 64-bit processor, as well as the new M7 Motion coprocessor. Phil stated that the CPU and graphics and GPU in general on the new iPad is 2 times as fast as the previous generation. Now it is going to stay with the 5-megapixel rear eyesight camera capable of 1080p video at 30 frames per second. They did add dual microphones, as well as a new updated HD FaceTime camera. We're going to get the same 10-hour awesome battery life. The new iPad Air is going to come in white and silver, and space gray and black, and it's going to start off at $499 for the Wi-Fi only edition and $629 for the cellular model. Apple opted to keep the iPad 2 in the Apple lineup. Next up was the iPad mini. As we all expected, the iPad mini is now getting a Retina display. It will now have the same Retina display as the iPad Air, which is going to be 2048 by 1536. It's going to have the A7 processor with the 64-bit architecture. It's going to have 4 times as fast CPU and GPU performance as the first generation iPad mini. It's going to have that awesome 10-hour battery life that we're used to. The same 5-megapixel rear eyesight camera. And it's going to be available in silver and white and space gray and black. Something that was a little shocking was Apple raised the price on the entry-level Apple iPad mini, but they opted to leave the first generation iPad mini still in the lineup. And it is going to cost $299, so they lowered the price of the iPad mini first generation. So the pricing is $399 for a 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model and $529 for a Wi-Fi and cellular edition. This holiday season, we can expect Apple's lineup to be $299 for the first generation iPad mini, $399 for the second generation Retina iPad mini, $399 for the iPad 2, and $499 for the iPad Air. The Apple iPad Air will be available November 1st, and the Apple iPad mini with Retina display is said to be available later on this month. Apple also introduced 2 cases. One is for the iPad mini and one is for the iPad Air. The smart cover is going to be $39, with the full size case for the Apple iPad mini being $69 and $79 for the full size case for the Apple iPad Air. I am giving away an Apple iPad Air as well as a Retina display Apple iPad mini. I'm going to be announcing that giveaway and making an official giveaway video very soon. I'm also giving away an Apple iPhone 5S and an iPhone 5C here on my channel. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link to the giveaway video down in the description. Be sure to enter for your chance to win. If you are interested in seeing an Apple iPad Air as well as a Retina display Apple iPad mini giveaway, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button on this video as well as leaving a comment down in the comment section. If you're not yet a subscriber of the channel, now's a great time to do so. Drop a thumbs up down below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.